Hey everybody, Chris here with Vision Landscaping. Just wanted to make a quick video. We're going to be looking at this design right here. We're talking new patio, new sod, sprinkler system, some mulch, some trees, edging, basically a beautiful new backyard. The purpose of this video is to break down some costs. We get a lot of people when we're working on bigger projects and we ask them, hey, what's your budget? What do you think and you want to spend on this project? And a lot of people are just kind of like, we have no idea. We don't know how much rock costs. We don't know how much sod costs, which totally makes sense. So the purpose of this video is to break down how much things cost for this type of design, doing it yourself versus hiring it to a landscaping company like us. And we just want to break down the differences, break down the timing, going into a bit of the equipment that you need, how much that's costing if you're going to DIY something like this. So let's get right into it. Probably can't see this very well, but our square footage is down here. Total square footage for this job is about 1,100 square feet. We have about 350 square feet of flagstone and about 550 square feet of sod going in. And these are rough numbers, by the way. This isn't exact for each thing that we're doing. Nothing is set in stone, no pun intended. And that's one of the harder parts about doing these videos is you're literally dealing with tons of materials. So what you do can really drastically change how much things are going to cost. For example, if they had decided they wanted to do more of a xeriscape versus sod and sprinklers, that could change potentially your outcome by $3,000 or $4,000. So I'm planning to do a lot more videos like this. So let's get into this. First, we have the removal and grading. So for this project, there was old grass that was on the property. So we are going to take everything out, redo the grade so that water flows away from the house. So DIYing something like this, you're looking around $1,900. That's with the costs of renting a skid steer, renting a dump truck, paying to dump the old material that was in your yard, and buying some new topsoil to bring in to level, get your grade, and get ready for plantings and things like that. Hiring a landscaping company, you could look to spend around $2,700 to do that. And obviously when you're hiring a company, there's a huge gap in what people are willing to do jobs for. Someone might do something like this for $1,500 and another person may do it for $4,500. So I mean, it's really just about finding a contractor that you trust and someone who just really understands the vision of your project and you think that they're going to do the job as what they promised. Next we have the flagstone patio and walkway. DIYing something like this, you could look to spend around $3,500. Biggest expense for that is going to be the flagstone itself. You also have the sub base and base of road base and breeze, and then there's a few options for an infill that you could do. If you wanted something that's going to hold a bit better, you could do the gator dust, stone dust, or you could infill it with breeze and save a little money there. Hired, our cost for flagstone is right around $20 a square foot depending on the type of stone that you get. Sometimes it could be higher, around $25 a square foot if you're doing a more expensive stone. For this design, we're doing a Colorado red flagstone. So for the 350 square feet of flagstone that we were putting in, it was right around $7,000. There was also sod going in, 550 square feet, so you're looking around a little over 1 pallet of sod, probably 2 pallets of sod if we're being safe. DIYing it, right around $600. Hiring it, right around $2,750. Sprinklers, we're putting in sod, so we obviously need to put in a sprinkler system. There can be a few hidden expenses with the sprinkler system. This cost is assuming that you already have a backflow preventer installed. In the state of Colorado, you need to have a backflow preventer installed on your water supply so that the water from your sprinklers isn't rushing back into your house and into the water that you're potentially using or drinking. So a backflow preventer could cost between $600 to $1,000 if you're hiring a plumber or someone like that to install it for you. But for the sake of this, we're going to assume that there's already a backflow preventer installed here. So you could look to spend around $800 on the sprinkler system if you're DIYing it. And if you're having a company install it, you're probably looking right around $2,400 to install that. Trench the sprinkler systems, install it, set up your system, with timing, the scheduling, all of that stuff. Next we have the tree planting. You can see there's some trees in here. These trees, it really depends on the variety of tree that you want. I mean, you could spend $75 on a single tree, or you could spend $400 on a single tree. So we're going to say for DIYing it, you're looking around $300. Hiring it, you're looking around $600. Last but not least, we had mulching some beds and putting some edges in around that sod. DIY, right around $220. Hiring it, right around $400. So you can see the cost difference. The DIY ended up right around $7,300. Hiring it ended up right around $15,800. And really what you're paying for at that point is the equipment, the experience, and the labor. So, I mean, a project like this, if you're going to DIY it, is a very large project. And if you don't know how to operate a skid steer, how to drive a trailer, how to use a plate compactor, how to install sprinklers, you're going to be over your head if you're not the type that's really into these projects. If you are into these projects or have construction experience or something like that, great, go for it. You should DIY it. But for a lot of people with not much hands-on experience with projects like this could get overwhelming very fast, and also add your total up if you're buying things that you don't need, renting extra equipment, and so on. And there's also, I mean, places where you might need to buy a $100 saw and a $100 saw here, something else there, and those things really add up, whereas when you're hiring it, you know that they have that equipment, they're going to get the job done. Something like a project like this, hiring it for us will take about 5 days. It's about a week-long project, give or take, maybe a day. If you're going to DIY this, you're gonna need 2 to 3 people to complete something of this size, especially on the flagstone aspect of it. I mean, the stones that we install are very large, and one person just really isn't able to carry those. I would say if you're gonna DIY something like this, you're probably looking at 4 or 5 weekends worth of time. Maybe more. I mean, this is a large project, putting in sprinklers, setting up a sprinkler system, doing grading. So that's the breakdown. I hope this helped you guys understand a bit more of the pricing of DIYing something versus hiring it, and what you're getting out of the extra cost of hiring someone at the end of the day. So we'll catch you next time with another video like this, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.